as on 30th September 2025. Following the implementation of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, sensitive cases including rape and POSCO were being fast-tracked, and during 1st July 24 and 31st December 25 alone, 276 convictions have been achieved, reflecting my government's firm resolve to deliver prompt investigation and speedy justice. And Pani Panchayats has been instrumental in reaching all farmers willing to sell paddy. For Kharif marketing season 24-25, around 92.64 lakh metric ton of paddy has been procured from around 20 lakh eligible registered farmers, which is the highest procurement and the highest number of farmers in Odisha's history. Rice production from procured paddy has increased significantly from about 34.36 lakh metric ton in KMS 15-16 to 62.85 lakh metric ton in KMS 24-25. My government has recorded strong and visible achievements in the development of rural infrastructure during financial year 25-26 under the MMSY, Mukhya Mantri Sadak Yojana, for rural road connectivity. Under MMSY, new connectivity, 159.22 kilometers of roads have already been constructed against the target of 363.36 kilometers till December 25. Under MMSY, improvement of existing RD roads, 1,140.38 kilometers of roads have been completed, and 648 road projects covering 2,711.65 kilometers have been approved during the current year. These works are significantly improving access to habitations and strengthening important rural corridors. During the same period, my government has substantially expanded rural connectivity through other MMSY components. Under MMSY, Transferred Road Improvement Program, 1,121.53 kilometers of roads have been completed, and 868 new road projects covering 3,789.60 kilometers have been approved during financial year 25-26. Under MMSY, connection of missing road links, 385.95 kilometers of roads have been completed, and 260 road projects covering 805.25 kilometers approved. Under MMSY, connecting unconnected villages in difficult areas, 151.28 kilometers of roads have been completed, and 55 road projects covering 363.66 kilometers have been approved during the year. My government has also introduced a new scheme, MMSY, Disaster Resilient Roads, during financial year 25-26, under which 79 road projects covering 475.59 kilometers already have been approved to improve resilience against cyclones, floods, and heavy rainfall. My government has placed special emphasis during 25-26 on bridging missing links and strengthening rural bridge infrastructure. Under the Setu Bandhana Yojana, 217 bridges have already been completed and 374 new bridge projects have been approved during the current financial year. Under the Bridge Cum Wear program, 39 bridge cum wear projects have been completed and 83 new bridge cum wear projects have been approved during financial year 25-26, contributing to minor irrigation, groundwater recharge, livestock use, fisheries, and local livelihoods. Under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, my government has continued to consolidate rural connectivity during financial year 25-26, completing 230.03 kilometers of roads and 14 bridges till December 25. Special focus has been accorded to tribal and particularly vulnerable tribal group habitations under PM Janman, under which 20.08 kilometers of roads have been completed till December 2025 against the target of 142.87 kilometers for financial year 25-26 for road connectivity to unconnected PVTG habitations. In the field of construction, renovation and repair of rural buildings, my government has recorded significant progress during financial year 25-26 till December 25. During the current year, 80 rural works buildings have been completed and 391 building projects were in progress. In addition, 684 government buildings of various departments have been completed and 2,181 building projects are in progress. These buildings include facilities for health, education, hostels, cyclone and flood shelters, judicial infrastructure and other public services. During financial year 25-26, my government achieved a major milestone in rural housing by completing 1.88 lakh Pakka houses, including 1.37 lakh houses under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin PMAYG and 17,638 houses for PVTG families under PM Janman. 33,009 houses have already been completed under the Antyodaya Gruha Yojana launched on 30th March 25. Transparent and citizen-friendly delivery is being ensured through the Rural Housing Portal and the Amagara mobile application. Provision of safe drinking water to all rural habitations remains a foremost priority of my government, with the goal of achieving universal functional household tap connections by 2027. Out of 207 mega piped water supply projects, 26 have been completed and 181 are under execution, and 16 mega PWS projects are scheduled for completion during financial year 25-26. To ensure universal sanitation access and sustain ODF status, more than 743 community sanitary complexes were constructed. 96% villages have been declared ODF plus, and more than 44,862 villages have been declared model villages during financial year 25-26 till December 25. Seva hi paramo dharmaha. Service is the highest duty. Good governance is built on ethical leadership, a strong foundation of justice, and an unrelenting commitment to public service. When power is exercised with integrity, laws are applied fairly, and service to citizens is treated as the highest duty, governance becomes both effective and humane. To promote transparency and accountability, my government has institutionalized robust grievance redressal mechanisms. From 1st April 21 to 15th December 25, a total of 14.88 lakh grievances were received in Jana Sunani portal, of which 13.56 lakh cases were disposed of. Complementing this, 95,514 grievances were disposed in the centralized public grievance redress and monitoring system during the same period. In addition to this, 5,722 number of cases have been disposed of out of 6,507 cases instituted since 2019 under the Odisha Lokayukta Act 2014. My government has strengthened weekly joint hearing of public grievances, facilitating direct interface between citizens and administration. From 18th April 2022 to 15th December 25, 4.70 lakh grievances were received through joint hearings, with 99,487 grievances disposed of on the spot. All collectors have been instructed to ensure registration of grievances received during hearings on the Jana Sunani portal. In addition, 6 pension review adalats and multiple pension adalats were organized across districts during 24-25 and 25-26 to review long pending pension, gratuity, GPF and related cases in coordination with the Office of the Principal Accountant General and district administrations. Chief Minister's Grievance Cell has played a critical role in resolving high priority grievances. Between 1st June 24 and 15th December 25, 13,358 grievances were received, of which 12,592 were disposed, achieving a 94% disposable rate. My government has already conducted 15 Monday grievance hearings, including one at Sambalpur, till 15th December 25. All departments and districts have designated senior officers as grievance nodal officers, with frequent review meetings conducted to monitor pendency and improve accountability. Knowledge sharing and leadership coordination are being strengthened through national and state level conferences. A national level seminar on good governance and Vikasit Odisha at 2036 and at 2047 was successfully organized on 10th June 2025 at the State Convention Center, Bhubaneswar. On the other hand, On 18th and 19th November 25, joint conference of SPs and collectors was successfully organized at the State Convention Center, Bhubaneswar. For quick and speedy disposal of cases, my government has issued notification for establishment of 138 courts of different categories at various places of the state during the years 24 and 25. In 25, 5 national district Lok Adalats were organized, in which 9.99 lakh cases were disposed of and a sum of 34.62 crores was granted as compensation to 1,800 victims under the Victim Compensation Scheme. Besides this, during 24-25 and 25-26, a sum of 8.86 crore rupees has been sanctioned as grants in favor of 1,425 religious institutions for meeting deficits related to Niti Kanti and observance of different festivals. To strengthen the Odisha police, after 2024, my government has undertaken major institutional expansion. Between 1st July 24 and 31st December 25, by creating 3 Odisha Special Striking Force Battalions, 3 Odisha Industrial Security Force Battalions, 10 new ODRAF units, a Traffic and Road Safety Wing, an SDPO office at Chandikol, 21 cyber and economic offences police stations, and a new police district at Rai Rangpur. Further, during 25, 21 new cyber crime and economic offences police stations were created with 999 posts, and 14 existing cyber police stations were further strengthened with manpower, marking a decisive push towards modern technology-driven policing. My government has achieved significant success on the anti-left-wing extremism front through sustained and proactive operational and administrative action, leading to a marked improvement in the situation in the state. In the last 5 years, 48 Maoist cadres were neutralized, 78 were arrested, and 82 surrendered. Notably, in 2025 alone, 25 Maoist cadres were neutralized, including 17 in joint operations with Chhattisgarh Police, CRPF, and Cobra at the Naupada Gariaban border. 9 cadres were arrested and 29 surrendered. Large quantities of arms, ammunition, explosives, and other incriminating material were also recovered. To safeguard women and children, the crime against women and children wing has intensified monitoring, leading to 270 convictions in 766 red flag cases as on 30th September 2025. Following the implementation of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, sensitive cases including rape and POSCO were being fast-tracked, and during 1st July 24 and 31st December 25 alone, 276 convictions have been achieved, reflecting my government's firm resolve to deliver prompt investigation and speedy justice. The state of Odisha being prone to recurrent natural calamities, faces several challenges from time to time due to floods, heavy rains, cyclone, unseasonal rain, heat wave, lightning, etc. My government tackled these calamities very successfully through timely intervention, prompt evacuation, efficient deployment of response forces, and swift relief and restoration measures during 25-26. During the monsoon floods in July and September 25, affecting Subarnarekha and Baitarani river basins, funds amounting to 23.59 crore for relief and rescue and 39.31 crore for repair and restoration of public property were released from SDRF. Additional flash floods in July and October 25 led to the release of 8.42 crore for relief, 90 crore for repair and restoration. Unseasonal rain in May 25 damaged 10,601 hectares of standing paddy, for which 17.77 crore rupees was extended as assistance to affected farmers. During cyclone, which affected 11 districts in 25, my government evacuated around 38,000 people to 2,164 safe shelters and shifted 2,198 persons to health centers, thereby saving many precious lives. Domestic animals were moved to animal safe shelters, and cyclone affected people were provided hot cooked food, dry food, and drinking water. The cyclone affected 31,958 people in 2,028 villages under 64 blocks. SDRF assistance of 5.24 crore was allotted to district collectors for agriculture input subsidy, house damage assistance, relief camp operations, search and rescue clothing, utensil, and livestock assistance, along with 1.87 crore rupees for repair and restoration works. My government has further strengthened enforcement operations across all districts with focused action against illicit distillation and spurious liquor through intensive and special enforcement drives, resulting in seizures valued at 82.48 crore rupees. During these drives, 15,045 cases were booked and registered, and 7,175 persons were arrested across 4 drives conducted during 25-26, demonstrating sustained and coordinated enforcement efforts. In addition to this, 9,677 acres of illegal hemp cultivation has been destroyed during 25-26 till December 25, with 38 cases booked and 7 persons arrested and forwarded to court. Odisha is globally recognized for its rich cultural diversity, encompassing historical monuments, archaeological sites, tribal traditions, classical and folk arts, sculpture, and literature. This living heritage not only attracts tourists but also scholars and researchers seeking to understand the depth of our civilization. My government took a historic decision of setting up a corpus fund of 200 crores, the interest generated from which is being utilized for systematic preservation, promotion, and development of Odia language, literature, and cultural heritage. Preservation of heritage and recognition of eminent personalities remain key priorities of my government. Under the Paraputra Aitihya Grama Yojana, 25 heritage villages associated with eminent sons of the soil have been identified for comprehensive development as cultural heritage villages. In addition, my government has approved installation of statues of 75 eminent Varaputras across Odisha at a total cost of 11 crore rupees, immortalizing their contributions for future generations. My government has undertaken multiple initiatives for safeguarding and promoting intangible and tangible cultural heritage. Bali Yatra has been officially listed by the Sangeet Natak Academy, and a formal proposal has been submitted to the Ministry of Culture, Government of India, for its inclusion in the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage. A partnership with UNESCO has also been proposed for the sustainable development of key heritage sites such as Lalitagiri, Ratnagiri, Udayagiri, Gohiratikiri, Raghurajpur, and Ranipur Jarial. My government has decided to establish a Center for Heritage Studies, which will deploy dedicated survey teams for scientific documentation and conservation of ancient monuments and heritage sites. Additionally, a MOU has been signed with the Light of Buddha Foundation International for the development and promotion of Buddhist heritage circuits in Odisha. The first ever statewide Odia Paksha celebration was held from 1st to 4th April 25, which witnessed unprecedented participation with over 3 lakh online quiz entries, 5 lakh selfies uploaded, and 14 thematic programs organized across the state, emerging as a mass movement for Odia Asmita. My government also successfully organized the Odisha State Book Fair 2025 and showcased Odisha's civilizational journey during the 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in Bhubaneswar through a dedicated Odisha pavilion and cultural programs. My government recognizes that the Odia community extends far beyond our state borders. To strengthen this bond, my government has operationalized the Directorate of Odisha Parivar. To support our diaspora, a dedicated 24/7 call center and a dynamic web portal are being launched to address their grievances. My government is developing specialized Odia learning modules for children living outside the state to keep them connected with their roots. Significant progress has been made in digital archiving, publications, and public outreach. Prestigious magazines, Utkala Prasanga and Odisha Review, published since April 1944, have been digitized and made globally accessible. Tenders have been floated for archiving rare photographs, videos, audio tapes, and films. Publication activities have been expanded through issues, informative booklets on government schemes, and the recent launch of a new development journal titled Pragati Prabhavaha. With a clear vision, resolute execution, and noteworthy accomplishments in 25-26, the intent and action of my government stand worthy of appreciation. Yet, complacency has no place in our public duty. As I stand in this august house, the closing lines of a famous poem by Robert Frost echo in mind: miles to go before, for the promise we carry for people is larger than what we have achieved, and the future we owe to Odisha is brighter than what we have built so far. Of our Prabhu Sri Jagannath, the vision of our Prime Minister, and the trust of the people, my government is building a Samruddha, Sashakt, and Samaveshi Odisha, where growth carries compassion and development delivers dignity. Marching towards Vision 2036, our journey is powered by people's confidence, strengthened by institutions, and inspired by a future that belongs to every Odia. I now leave it to your deliberations and wish you all success. Vande Utkala Janani, Vande Mataram.